Patricia, your TV host of HomeBuyingTipsTV.com, and today I'm with Carlos Gonzalez, the president of Atlantic Building Inspections, a fabulous home inspection company here in Miami-Dade County. So Carlos, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, absolutely.
Absolutely. So Carlos, tell me, what areas does your company cover and how long have you been in the home inspection business?
Well, I started in the home inspection business back in 1999 under the tutelage of a home inspector, a veteran home inspector. I've been in the home inspection field for 12 years. We cover Miami-Dade and Broward counties.
Oh, okay, great. And how many people are in your company now inspecting?
Sure, absolutely. Right now we have 3 full-time home inspectors, and we have 1 home inspector who is sitting for his license next week, actually, and then he starts his training. So, yeah.
Speaking about licensing, tell me a little bit about what has happened in your industry requiring licensing.
Well, thankfully, we have been waiting a long time for the licensing of our industry. Finally, last year, July 1st, they mandated a 1-year period so that we can be, home inspectors can be licensed. July 1st of this year was the deadline. So all home inspectors right now have to be state licensed. We have to go through 120 hours of coursework. We have to sit for a test. We have to belong to a national association, and we have to have the proper insurances to do the home inspection.
Oh, good. So this is now going to protect our home buyers even more from somebody that isn't qualified, isn't licensed to come out and do a home inspection.
Absolutely. This makes a big difference. This is going to help weed out those particular persons that do not do this industry justice. Yes.
So if I'm a home buyer and I'm calling a home inspection company, do I ask you for a license number? Is there a website? How can I check to see that I'm dealing with a reputable person?
That's a great question. The Department of Business and Professional Regulation has a website that continuously updates all the licenses. So all you need is the home inspector's name, the company's name, any piece of information that you can use to go in there, type that in, and find the license and make sure that it's current and that it's active.
Great, and you'll have the website to that during our interview so you can jot that down and check. So Carlos, one of the things I noticed in your website is that you offer a 100% guarantee. What is that about?
Well, basically what happens is we go out and we take our time on the inspections. We don't do a 20-minute inspection. Okay, we take 2-3 hours for your typical home inspection. Mm-hmm. We're there, we take every piece of the inspection to heart. We're going to look at every system and every component, and we're going to take our time and we're going to present the buyer with a wonderful computerized report with photos and cost summaries. So what happens? We're going to invest our time that way. We know 100% that the buyer is going to be satisfied. And if the buyer for any reason is not satisfied with whether it be with our inspection or our report, we will give them their money back 100%, no questions asked.
I see. Wow, I don't think I've ever heard that before in your industry.
Absolutely.
And another thing, you said that it takes a couple of hours to do a home inspection. Many of you are first-time home buyers, so you're not familiar with how long it takes. Your realtor is someone that is probably going to be there with you during the home inspection, and they can also help you understand this process. But it does take a couple of hours because, like you said, your job there is to review the property and point out things that are wrong or not wrong.
Absolutely. We arrive at the property, we say hello to everybody, we get onto the roof and we walk the actual roof, all of it. Mm-hmm. We take photographs of the roof and we take notes on anything we see on the roof. We then come down and we go around the outside of the property. Mm-hmm. We take our time, we're looking at windows, eaves, doors, walls, landscaping, driveways, sidewalks, walkways, steps. The list goes on of things that we're looking for when we're on the outside. Mm-hmm. Then we go back to our car, put in a few notes, grab our handheld computer, so we do everything as we go, and then we go inside the property. And inside the property, we're looking at so many different features and components. We're looking at the electrical panels, testing outlets. We go through each bathroom, check each toilet, sink, tub, shower, all the appliances, air conditioning. We take temperatures with the laser thermometer at all of the registers. So you see, there's no way to do a 20-minute inspection.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It has to be 2 to 3 hour process.
Absolutely, definitely. Another thing that you may be tempted to do is to ignore and not do a home inspection. But I'm going to ask you for maybe a horror story or a time when you saw something that just even maybe surprised you We have many foreclosures here in Miami, many short sales, and unfortunately a lot of the properties aren't in the best shape because there just hasn't been maintenance done by the sellers. So more importantly, it's a couple $100 and you're buying a big piece of property. This is a huge investment, and the last thing you want to do is not get a home inspection, because later on when you're sitting in the living room, something goes wrong, you're stuck. There's no way out. So share with me maybe something that you've seen recently, or maybe not so recently, that even made you go, wow.
Just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I did an inspection for a couple. This is our second inspection. Their first inspection did not go through for unrelated inspection issues. And we went into the property. I actually performed the inspection myself. I got on the roof. And when I stood on the roof, the first thing I noticed, Patricia, was that the roof was actually going like this. It looked like a ski slope.
Oh no.
And I said, well, you know, this didn't seem this way from the ground. I mean, from the ground, the roof looked great. So when I stood there, I started taking my pictures and walking the roof. I got very nervous, for the buyers. And when I got off the roof, instead of working on the outside of the home, I grabbed my ladder and went straight to the attic. And when I got into the attic, I noticed there was a significant amount of termite damage.
Oh.
To make matters worse, they had taken sections of rafters and cut them and tied them together with 2x4s. I mean, it was unbelievable. The important lesson is that nobody noticed that. These particular buyers have been to the property 3-4 times already.
Wow.
No one had noticed it. The realtor hadn't noticed it. So we took plenty of pictures and explained it to everyone. And fortunately, actually, they were intelligent enough to get a home inspection.
Yeah.
And this actually saved them, because they would have purchased this home without an inspection, and they would have wound up with a big headache.
Oh my gosh, yes. And that's one of the important morals of the story. Everyone is there to do a different job. My job as your loan officer is to make sure you can get the money. Your agent, your realtor's job is to negotiate the contract and point out different homes, but they're not home inspectors. The appraiser, he's out there to determine the value of the home. He's not a home inspector either. You are the person that finds these types of problems and is the lifesaver for our home buyers. So, my gosh, I'm never going to forget that story.
Oh, yeah.